Talked about how he feels like you have taken your practice performances to a different level. I've always thought you practiced pretty well, pretty hard. What did you do in particular to do that this offseason?
Oh, I mean, I just try to take it day by day. I honestly don't think that it's been as good as he said they were, but I'm just a really hard critic on myself and honestly, like, constantly trying to improve. So it's been a great offseason so far, though. Obviously, feeling confident and comfortable in the defense, comfortable with the guys. So just looking to build on what we did last year and what I've done so far this offseason.
Where do you see your partnership with Chubb? Uh, Last year, you guys had to kind of work it in on the fly mid-season and all. Now that you've had time together, how is that working out? How much better do you think you two can be this year?
Yeah, I mean, we definitely have spent a lot of time getting closer with each other off the field, and I think that just helps on the field. I think when you have those relationships with your teammates, then it just, brings up the motivation, makes you want to play for them even more. So I think it's just iron sharpening iron with us. We're competitive, but, we're for each other. So whether it's the weight room, whether it's off the field with our habits, whether it's out here, like, we're always making sure that we're on point. So it's nice to have kind of like an accountability brother when it comes to that.
What do you like most about his game?
I mean, he's a baller, bro. He's a gamer. His technique is really what I like the most. I kind of look up to him when it comes to that, honestly, and have him kind of put me on game, showing me different techniques and things. So I think he's very crafty and obviously physically gifted. So I love having him on the opposite side of me for sure.
I'm gonna ask you about a player that I don't know you expect this, but Mitchell Gude.
hmm
He's been flashing every day. What do I not know?
I mean, you know it's on tape and what you've been seeing, man. He's a baller. He is. He's super twitchy, super athletic. Me and Mitch we have a little bit of history now because obviously he went to UCLA and then transferred out to Miami. While he was being recruited to Miami, I kind of talked to him and told him about my journey and kind of the blueprint that I kind of found. And he really kind of like felt that and locked in with it. So when he got to the Dolphins, I was like, man, this is like prophecy at this point. So it's been really cool just kind of being a mentor to him and seeing him work. But we got a great young group, and Garrett Nelson's doing really well too. So it's been good.
This morning, Coach really praised the way the defense gives the offense certain looks to make their game sharper. Curious if you take that conversely, how this offense makes
Absolutely,
your guys' game sharper.
absolutely. I mean, this offense is so multiple, different things they do, so they're always testing your eyes, making sure that you're disciplined. And I think that's one of the hardest things as an edge rusher, really as a football player in general, but specifically on the edge when you have an offense that has so many different motions and so many different possible plays out of the same looks. It really just kind of makes you hone in. So it's awesome having that on a daily basis. It's frustrating at times for sure because there might be a couple practices where they get my edge a couple times and have these crazy plays. So it's definitely a good experience.
You also mentioned the technique and the fundamentals that Vic really preaches is a big part of that. You mentioned Bradley Chubb's technique was a big part of what you look after. I'm just curious kind of how you've taken from that and improved your game.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just trying to get everything to kind of be muscle memory at this point. I think that's kind of the moment when that switch happens is when, all the things that you're working become just second nature so that when you're playing, you're not even thinking about throwing moves and doing different things. You're just going. So I think that's kind of what I'm trying to get to and what I've been working towards.
And then finally, the effort you talked about, the coach mentioned this morning as well, and you said maybe they're not as good as he said they were. I disagree with you a little bit there.
Thanks.
Coach, but, Christian Wilkins is a guy that always stands out to me in that way. I'm curious to hear your perspective on the way Christian works out here.
Yeah, I mean, Christian's the same guy every single day. He's going to come with energy, yelling all the time, and just enjoying life. And I think it shows on the field because the passion that he plays with and the energy that he has is super contagious. And so I think he's a great leader for this team. He brings guys up with him, and, man, you see him on the field. That dude is different. Just break down his tape. He's different. Like, Christian is a baller, man.
Jalen, how aware are you guys of the Heat and the Panthers' success, and has it had any effect in that building?
I mean, yeah, we've been watching. The only thing I wish is that we could be playing right now at the same time as them, because then we could really feed off that motivation. But it's been great seeing that the South Florida sports being successful. Obviously, when everybody's winning down here, everybody's a lot happier. So we hope that they can continue that success, man. We're rooting for them for sure.
You got some good post moves?
Post moves? I'm good for some boards. Not really too much of a scorer. I'll cherry pick and get some dunks in, but I'm not a hooper at all. No, never was.
Got any special plans once you get through minicamp and all to chill away from football?
Yeah, I'm headed back to Washington, Lake Chelan in particular. That's where my girlfriend's family's from. So her dad has a little lake house out there. We're going to go out and chill out and vibe out. It's going to be great.
Sounds
and
nice.
train, too, obviously.
Sounds
we'll be out there
nice.
working.
Yeah.
Jalen, sorry if you've been asked, but is there anything move-wise or technique-wise you've worked on in particular this offseason?
I can't give that away now, can I? You know, the opposition watches these too. So, but no, I've just been continuously trying to hone in my craft and really trying to refine my moves so that, you know, I'm not just kind of a jack of all trade, master of none. Like, I'm trying to really kind of lock in what my repertoire is.
Jaelan, I know after your rookie year, you said that you wanted to improve the run defense, becoming an every down player. It seems like you achieved that goal last year, but what's the next step to really being a guy that can dominate, you know, on every play?
Yeah, I mean, just to keep building on that and being consistent with it. I think that in the past, whether it's the beginning of my season being slow and kind of catching on towards the end, or just certain games where I might not have that impact, I want to get to a point where, you know, I'm just impacting every game in any way possible. So, yeah, just getting more comfortable and confident, continuously trying to grow with that.
Sorry if you've already been asked, but Mitchell Agude, what he's shown so far, how do you like to see that from a fellow UCLA Bruin turned Miami Hurricane turned Miami Dolphin?
Yeah, we were just talking about that. It's pretty crazy, honestly, how he kind of followed that same path in terms of locations as me. So he's really cool because he's very receptive to coaching and to advice from me. Like, you know, him in particular, he comes up to me all the time. Jaelan, like, what were you doing your rookie year? Like, what type of things can I do to, you know, work on my method and different things like that. So I really appreciate that from him. And I mean, you can see it on the field if you guys have been watching. He's been doing his thing.
Just piggybacking off that, another guy maybe a little older, and Bradley. Can you maybe give us insight into you guys' relationship and maybe how you try to feed off each other, both coming off the edge?
Yeah, I mean, we've gotten a lot closer, obviously, since he's been here, and so I'm just excited for us to have a full off-season, full OTAs, full training camp to really keep gelling and just kind of developing our identity as players.